September 11th, 2001. That was a Tuesday night back then. And now it's 20 years later. Yeah, a lot has gone on since that day, all the way through 2 decades. We'll tell our stories a little bit here today. Personally, it was a day working down there for my father in construction. And we were down at the base of the South Tower when it came down. And yeah, we can get into the whole story in a little bit, but let's just focus on that day and then what happened today. All right, so that's all happening on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
You wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
All right, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. If you got some comments, start typing them in. Let us know where you were on that day 20 years ago. And, don't forget to share this as well. Help us out with our shadow ban. Because we do like to speak some truth. We like to hear some truth. And today, we're just gonna go with a conversation. Hanging out in studio today. Let me see if I got him up here. Yes, there he is. What's up, Adam
Hey,
Blexion?
Joe. How you doing?
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, brother.
to see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a somber day.
It is. Yeah.
You know,
It's
especially
really somber.
especially with all the stuff recently, the terrible exit of Kabul and the ending of this
horrible
war.
military decisions. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm all for the war in Afghanistan to be over.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are.
Right, but how it was handled was terrible.
Oh yeah.
But we're not going to get into too much politics. That's a lie, actually, because
I mean,
it just always ends
we're
up
talking
that
about
way.
today. It's going to end up in that
Right.
conversation.
We got
so.
Ariel Delgado checking in. Mikey Glaze, how you doing? William Davis. You guys friggin' rock, and I hope your weekend went well, and I hope you did take time to remember those 3,000 who were killed that day, whether it was from the North and South Tower, the fire department, the police, the first responders, whether it was also, to include at the Pentagon, and also the flight that was taken down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania.
Let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll. What was his name that day? Jeremy Glick?
I think so. Yeah.
Alexa, who was the passenger that said, let's roll?
Let's Roll is by Etta James.
No. She sucks.
Ah,
She's not a patriot.
Alexa, who said let's roll during 9/11 flight?
Right, and that was what flight.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
She's
She's useless.
She's not
If someone knows, comment. I want to say it was Glick. I want to say it was his name.
But here, let's take a let's take a look at this video piece here. This took me weeks to put together. I did this about almost 10 years ago, where I did a 9/11 timeline, and I used the video and audio clips from that day. Yeah, so.
We have breaking news. This out of downtown Manhattan. A plane has allegedly crashed into the World Trade Center.
Just a few moments ago, something believed to be a plane crashed into the World Trade Center.
So
I just saw a flame.
We were working down there, doing that construction site, regutting a building and everything. And when the first one hit, our building was closest to the South Tower. All right. Well, the North Tower is the first one that got hit. So all we heard was on the radio, Howard Stern we were listening to. That's when Howard was actually good. Now he's Hampton Howie.
Yeah,
and
now
he
he's
sucks.
trash. Yeah.
You know, no offense, Howard. Just you lost us blue collar folk. That's all. So funny, I say that wearing a white collar shirt.
I was gonna say wearing a white collar shirt, Joe.
But it doesn't fit, so that's good. But yeah, so we heard, and this was 8:35. What was the time on that?
8:46. It was around 8:50.
Yeah. So and 9 o'clock was our smoke break anyway. So Jeff, my foreman, says, "Hey, Junior." Okay, and as I tell the story, I hate being called Junior, but that's why it was. If you ever hate being called something, don't ever publicly say you hate being called it.
Because then you're going to be called it.
Especially with a bunch of Teamsters and carpenters, because they will ensure that you get called, whatever you don't want to be called.
Exactly.
It's a sonic cohesion, though.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock was smoke break. So my foreman Jeff goes, Junior, let's go take a look. And so we started packing up everything. And we all thought it was like, oh, what an idiot.
I mean, I thought the same thing. I was like, who flies that low in New York and crashes into the building? Like, it's ridiculous.
It was such a beautiful day. See in the video that there's no clouds or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? It was such
Clear.
a gorgeous day down there that day. That we were there that Monday night loading up our equipment in the building, and it was such a beautiful night. Beautiful weather-wise. And then in the morning, damn, it was I remember a 21-year-old at the time, a 21-year-old Joey Padula. It was so stupid.
I keep forgetting you're 7 years older than me.
Isn't that crazy?
It's weird.
I had floor mats in my Firebird that said Padoosh bed. Okay? So stupid. But yeah.
Gina said it was Beamer was the last name. The guy who said
Beamer.
Todd Beamer.
Todd Beamer. Thank you. Who said that?
Gina.
Thank you, Gino. Oh, and we got a. What is this?
We got a whole something from
Juan. What's up, Juan?
So,
my fellow strike brother. How are you, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Glad to have you aboard. That's a hell of a paragraph you wrote there. We can't get to it all in just a moment, but so at this point, we're now getting our gear ready to go outside. So we're still in the one building near the South Tower, and look at the size of it.
That's and that was between floors, 80 and 102?
I mean, look at that. That is just...
Can you tell us what kind of an airplane is it?
It had to be a 737.
Yeah, I mean, this could not be... And we all thought it was some Cessna.
Yeah.
You know, because we just heard on the radio. We didn't see this side, the north side of the North Tower.
The World Trade Center. It was a big
Damn.
plane.
The 737 has crashed into this speculation at this point, but at least 3 floors taken out, crashed into the side of the building.
I'm on the roof of my building, which is about 5 blocks to the south of the World Trade Center. I'm looking right now at the World Trade Center.
And those buildings were so impressive. They were my favorite buildings in New York.
Oh, I'm sure,
Okay?
yeah.
I mean, even growing up, you know, seeing them in the skyline, it was just two beautiful, square, powerful structures that just went all the way up.
I mean, the scene that struck me in any movie is, I hate to say it was Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Kevin McAllister's on the top of one of the towers.
That's right.
On the World Trade Center. So,
and then the people inside these buildings.
oh, yeah.
I hope nobody, there's got to be somebody killed in there to pull people. I went to work.
William Davis called me Junior. William.
And there's yeah.
And that's where, see, our building right here, that's when we heard the engines go over our head.
I mean, you could hear it on video.
Okay? We're packing up the stuff. We're getting ready to go outside and go check it out with Jeff, the foreman. And all of a sudden, you hear, roar, 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 go over our head, and then, boom! That was the second plane hitting.
Mm-hmm.
And everything shook. Everything shook. And you hear, like, the alarms. So we go down the emergency stairs. Jeff is, damn. Yeah, we go down those emergency stairs, and we were the only ones in that other building because it was gutted, and we were, construction. We were filling it up with everything, dude. It's crazy.
I mean, just watching news coverage of this and it happening live and hearing the reporter say, well, now it's deliberate.
Right into the middle of it. Explosion.
And to the conspiracy theorists out there, and I understand, question everything, always. One of the arguments was that because it was see how it's gray there and black, right? They were like, it's a military plane.
Yeah.
Okay, and believe you me, I have questions about Building 7, how that came down, because it wasn't hit or anything.
Question them, yeah.
But I'm telling you, and question everything, but the argument for this is a gray plane, military, I'll show you how it is not. From that angle, you got the shadows on the plane there. But then here, you see, here, let me get this. Okay, see, now you can actually see the actual white of the plane.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's not a dark military agreement.
No.
Middle of it.
But damn.
Explosion. Fly got
What's up, Ed Reynolds? How you doing, brother? Ed Reynolds checking in.
Oh my
He goes, how disgusted I am on the 20th anniversary with the... Yeah, Ed, I hear you. We're going to be getting into some of the nonsense that went on today. Like, George Bush really pissed me off.
Oh, that's,
Pissed me off with his words today. The way that they're politicizing and bringing up January 6th. And saying that January 6th is worse than 9/11. Are you effing crazy? You political politicians. If you people haven't waken up yet to this, then you're not going to be waking up. These people don't care about you. Here's another plane coming in.
Oh my goodness, there's another one.
Seems to be on purpose.
There it is. That was seemed to be on purpose.
So Jeff and I, we open up the side doors, and the South Tower's in front of us. So the South Tower's here, the North Tower's here, and it's just nothing but black smoke, the darkest smoke I've ever seen coming out of these buildings. And there was papers coming down everywhere, and also furniture. There was like bits and pieces of like desks and cubicles coming down, and you see them hitting too. And there's a cop out there, and he's yelling at us to go south. There was another guy on the job site, Machine Gun Mike. We called him Machine Gun Mike because he had a nervous tick, and when he had his nervous tick, he would laugh like a machine gun. Machine Gun Mike. And he's like, he's pointing up there, and he's ticking away. And, yeah, it was crazy.
That there's a second plane just crashed into the World Trade Center.
This was rough.
Think we have a terror attack
I was
proportions that we cannot begin
when the
to
first plane
imagine.
hit. I was in 8th grade homeroom.
8th grade, wow.
And they were talking about had a plane hit one of the North Tower, and at first, like, we were all saying, like, how do you fly that low? Like, we don't know if it was a commercial plane. We don't know if it was a helicopter. And then the second one hit, and I remember being in science class, they pulled the TV, and we saw the second plane hit.
Yeah.
Like, on TV, and then all of us.
That's gotta be interesting for an 8th grader.
It was. I was just sitting there, just going, "This is insane."
You know, and walking out there and seeing it kind of like a movie set. It really looked, because never seen anything like it before.
Yeah.
Never. With the orange flames coming out, and the sounds. New York was eerily quiet. It wasn't silent. Don't get me wrong, but you still hear people. But you didn't hear traffic. You just heard the sirens of first responders.
On live television in New York.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Unreal.
I mean,
could you imagine being on that plane?
I mean, if you've seen the special, they've had specials where they have audio of people on the planes calling loved ones, calling the airport. They've got stewardess. I mean, that most famous audio you hear is our number 1's been stabbed, our number 5's been stabbed.
Right.
That's how they identify their stewardess and their workers on their plane is by numbers.
Yeah.
They didn't even have names yet. So. But yeah, no, this was just eerie.
Explosions, multiple explosions.
Yeah. And then the Pentagon. Oh, now with the then the Pentagon was hit 9:37 a.m. on that Tuesday morning. So we're outside the South Tower, seeing what we can do to help. And there's a cab, and the cab's door is open, and the radio is playing. It's 1010 Winds. That's a news station over there, AM. And we heard that the Pentagon got hit, and that there was 25 other planes unaccounted for. And so that's when Jeff was like, "We got to get off this island,"
Yeah.
So that was surreal hearing that it was not just in New York, but this was happening across the country in our eyes at the time.
Yeah.
It's
and finally, when they got NORAD on the radio saying, "Hey, we gotta get all these flights down," to see if we. And it was eerie because my mom was taking me to my football practice with my new team. And we got there, and we are driving there, and my mom and I just look at each other, and when we get there waiting for everybody, look in the sky going, it is very bizarre not seeing a single plane in the air right now.
The amount of time that they got the planes down in the U.S., unbelievable.
It was yeah.
I wish I had that map of the radar screen. Where it just to think for them to be able to pull that off, unreal. You know, utilizing smaller airports and just not even having the flights make their destination, getting them down to the nearest landable airport.
Just get them to land,
Into the Pentagon.
Another hijacked airliner, the third, flew across Washington, D.C., past the White House, and slammed into the Pentagon.
Robert checking, and he goes, I was on my way to Germany that day. Were you flying, Robert? Let us know. Type in the comments. Don't forget to share this video. Let the other people know. Like the Pentagon.
It was,
man. Damn.
Just the footage from the Pentagon and that wall just down, and you're just seeing.
And like, I don't know. I always thought, I guess this is how naive I guess I was. I always just thought that there was some type of defense missiles set up, okay, at the Pentagon, at the White House, at anything. Like if something was coming in, if a rocket was coming in, that, you know, just like they got in Israel, the Iron Dome. Okay? Yeah. But no, we didn't have anything like that. Interesting.
Yeah. And when they talked about the Pentagon, I thought it was not even a plane until they said a plane had just hit the Pentagon. I go, there's no way a plane can just go that low. Because I think back to the early 90s where the bomber with the van at the base of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
I said it might have been a van, but
they found a bunch of the engine parts
engine stuff, and that's when I realized, okay, yeah.
Crashed into the Pentagon. This is a preliminary wire. We've seen
crazy,
but this word just into us.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, and this. So
the
people falling. So we're sitting out there and we're looking up, and all you see is the silhouettes of the people from the angle we were with the South Tower, and you see the people hanging outside the window, and they're making a decision whether to either burn to death or jump and be killed on impact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the decision they had to make.
Yeah.
Either burn or die from impact.
Yeah.
From 90 floors above.
And it sucked because, you know, from what I can gain to remember is they said that they couldn't get a helicopter to land because of how intense the fire and smoke was from that jet fuel that crashed, that they couldn't land on the roofs.
All the while, these firefighters are going up the steps to get up there.
I mean, those eerie photos of people, like someone had snapped a photo of a firefighter passing them while they were going down.
Yeah. So Jeff and I were standing at the bottom of the South Tower, and you just see the silhouette drop. And then there's the awnings over by 3 World Trade Center, I think it was. And all you hear is splat. Splat. I couldn't believe it, man. It was, you're watching these people make a decision to just jump, and then hearing it was just like, damn. You get sad, and then you're also getting angry too. You know, that day was definitely sad, but there was definitely anger. It wasn't full anger yet. The next day was really angry.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, confusion and helplessness. You felt helpless that you couldn't do anything. We're talking to the cop there. What can we do? And he's like, you got to go south. You got to keep moving south. You can't get any closer. But look at that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, God bless the heart and soul of every first responder.
That's exactly what it looked like. Because it's, and then boom, splat.
From the windows, 90 stories up, and a number of bodies have actually hit the pavement.
Too many innocent people. People were jumping off the building. Body parts all over the place.
And then we saw the people jumping. We saw what we thought was debris, and we realized it was people jumping.
I mean, how do you feel what those firefighters are feeling? They're just
helpless.
They can't do anything.
That face right there is that I need to be up there.
Yeah.
I could have prevented. That's the mentality of these guys.
Yeah.
We saw what we thought was debris and we realized it was people.
See, look at his eyes. His eyes are watching the guy fall, or the
yeah.
guy or gal.
Just
watch his eyes.
Anger and sadness.
We saw what we thought was debris and we realized it was people jumping.
I've seen at least 10 people fall to their death.
What's up, Mom?
Jumping out the windows. Oh,
Mom checking in.
I guess because
My mom's watching too. She actually lost a high school friend in the towers as well. So
yeah, seeing the silhouettes come down.
It's just
everyone was just like everyone that was down there watching was just gasping. Oh my God! And then
this is
9:58 a.m. when the South Tower starts to collapse upon itself. Now remember, the South Tower was the second one to
hit second. Yep.
All right, and unreal. But this thing, before it started collapsing, we're sitting there right in front of this freaking thing, and you're looking up because you just that's all you do. You're looking up, and it's so tall. Those towers were so tall. They were so big. And all of a sudden, you hear a crack. You hear a crack. Something gave. And then that's when you're looking up and you see the top of the building still intact, but now coming down. It's not like it went in like that. It just went down and then it went in. And that's when you heard, and everyone at first, that's when it was silence.
Mm-hmm.
That's when nobody was saying anything. They were just looking up. And you hear this breeze coming, this coming, and it's warm, and it's this warm air, and you're feeling it. And well, Jeff, the foreman, okay, grabs me, says, "Junior, run." So we start booking. I follow him, and you look behind you, and it is this rolling thunder that is alive. It looks alive. And it's carrying crap with it.
Mm-hmm.
There, all of a sudden, ping, ping, ping. You feel whether it was sheetrock, bits of concrete, whatever. Okay, it's just it's hitting you.
Just a breeze.
And you're seeing this soot just swallowing people. It was literally swallowing people. You can't see them. There's people that can't run fast. There's people that are just. You saw shoes kicked off. You saw briefcases just dropped, and that chemical taste.
No.
That chemical taste still haunts me. For some reason, I wake up, sometimes, and it's there.
I got a feeling that even today, people are still feeling the effects.
Guaranteed.
I mean, with inhaling all that debris and smoke.
And the thousands of deaths that came afterwards.
Yeah.
Through that terrible cancer.
Yeah.
Right. But man, my mom, interesting. So, Mom, since you're watching on the Facebook there, appreciate it, Mom. She goes, "Hey, Joey, remembering that day, can't stop crying. Can't believe that some seem to have forgotten what the terrorists' mission ultimately was and still is." It's true. Mom, I want to know did you know we were down there initially when you first saw it? Did you know we were working down at the Trade Center right outside of it that day? I don't know. I don't know if she knew. I think maybe because my father knew he was down there. He was the boss. He was at the headquarters in Mahwah, New Jersey. So he knew we were down there. And at this time, we tried calling. Cell phone service was out. Everyone was calling. And this was in the beginning days of actual cell phones, like on the mass scale. You know, where you pull out the antenna.
Yeah.
Remember those ones and the flip ones?
Beepers and all. Yeah.
So we tried calling. Jeff couldn't get through. Nobody could get through. I mean, not only just everyone in the entire city were making phone calls, so all the lines were jammed up, but you had some cell towers up on those buildings as well.
Yeah. Now, question: How many crew did you have?
There was that's a fair question. Jim Morgan, he was the co-owner with my father. There was Anthony. Yeah, Anthony was there. Anthony Castellano. There was Machine Gun Mike. There was who else was on that job? Oh man, Frankie Gloves. I think Frankie Gloves was there. Oh, that's a great question.
And a follow-up to that, and it sucks. Did you lose any of them? Did they all catch any effects afterwards from that?
I haven't kept. They all made it. Okay. You know, they went in a different direction. From what I understand, they crossed because the Manhattan was quarantined at this time. Mm-hmm. Before the towers even collapsed, before the South Tower collapsed, you couldn't get on or off the island by. I mean, there's what 80 bridges and tunnels to get on or off Manhattan Island, and you couldn't drive on or off. The only way you can get off was the ferries or walking across the Brooklyn Bridge,
which you saw a lot of people do.
Yes, and that's where the rest of our crew, while we ran south from this falling South Tower, they ran towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Mm. Jeff was taking me to the Staten Island Ferry. Okay, which is right at the south tip of the of Manhattan. But yeah, look at this building come down, and oh my God. What's up, Phil Cook, checking in? Yeah, Phil, a veteran battle buddy of mine, had a great event for today down in Nashville.
Good.
Oh, and look at this, just
the smoke.
It's just dirt, chemical, dust, just so much. The fact that major debris did not go outside of that zone was amazing. The fact that it came down. Oh. Mom says, I knew and was terrified when I asked her about if she knew that we were down there. She goes, I was supposed to be near there at a conference for church and Church Street. Oh yeah, Church Street. Church Street runs parallel with the South Tower.
Yeah.
And but the night before I had the ligament in my knee. Yeah, you don't want to be down there that night, Mom. She also says, only later I learned that Dad was at the warehouse waiting for some of the insulation prices to come in. Bring them over there. Yeah. Watch the crack. See?
Yeah.
See how you could see the...
Yeah.
Do you see that? That's exactly what it looked like. All right.
And some say that it was the jet fuel burned through the steel beams within the building because they weren't properly... They weren't that strong for that kind of fuel.
Plus, I also heard that the impact itself shook a lot of I forget what it's called, but it's a type of protectant.
Yeah.
Okay? But according to, I think it was the 9/11 report, and again, question everything, okay? But the impact shook off a lot of protection, too, from fire with these steel beams.
Yeah.
But look at that. That's what it was, man.
It's just shocking that tower went first, being hit second.
It's, from what I understand, it's where and how the plane hit. Okay, as we saw with the North Tower, it went high and pretty straight in, and then the second South Tower that was hit, it was lower on an angle and at the corner. It took out the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? the 93 bombing in March of 1993.
Yeah.
Ramzi Youssef was the guy, okay? And he later stated that his goal was the design was to blow up the one tower so it knocks into the other
like
tower.
a domino effect.
Right. And he wanted to kill 10,000 plus. I forget the number that he wanted, but yeah. He also said in the helicopter ride that they took him, they showed him that the towers were still standing, and he says not for much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting that he.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, look at this. See how it turns the corner? It looked alive.
Yeah.
Okay, it looked alive, and then look. See, it just starts.
It just swallows
people. It's oh my God. Yep. Crazy. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There were shoes. There was shoes. There was purses. Oh my God! It just catches you. Look at it. It's coming out from all sides.
Mm-hmm. And I get people want to videotape this event, but it just shook me in awe. It's like, dude, you see this coming? Run,
Junior, run.
It's like Midwesterners going outside during a tornado, going, "Look, a tornado!"
And then, oh, here's the
call. Yeah.
Well, this is so. One of the hijackers of the plane turned on a switch, and he
thought it was the PA for the plane.
Yeah. And it was in contact with one of the towers.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the captain. I would like you to arrange your seat. Blah blah blah.
Plane crash in Somerset, Pennsylvania. We don't know the big plane, small plane.
Yeah, and then yeah.
The let's roll. Yeah.
And the fact, the hole that this thing made, okay, and what little debris there was left many thinking, was it shot down? I don't think it was shot down.
No.
I do believe that Todd Beamer, Jeremy Glick, okay, let's roll.
All the passengers just said, well, screw it. We got to do this.
Because they knew they found out what happened at the Twin Towers. They found out what happened at the Pentagon. They knew what was going to happen to them. These were the first ones to fight back.
Because I think Beamer's wife was the one that told him, hey, a couple of planes have already hit the tower, and there's one at the Pentagon.
Right.
So they kind of figured, they're like, we're going to hit a major building. And I think they said this one was on course for the White House.
Either the White House or the Capitol. Yeah,
so
either one. But very interesting. It just... It must have landed upside down, full speed into the ground.
We have this is from Somerset County, Pennsylvania. This is where the United
And it's crazy because it was the last one, but there were still no planes, and there were still talks that there's still planes in the air. They're still aiming.
They're still missing
for major cities.
Right.
Like Chicago was one. Disney World was one. So like all these major cities, like everything was shut down. It was just so eerie.
He's down. Damn. And then the one that hit the North Tower left from Logan in Boston.
Boston, yeah.
And
we are getting information
the way that he made his way down, because he turned off his transponder or tracker.
Yeah.
He just went to the Hudson River and just followed the Hudson River all the way down.
Hijacked. We are being hijacked.
There was a soft-spoken, calm gentleman on the other end. He told me that there's 3 people that have taken over the flight. At that point, I asked him his name. He told me Todd Beamer. I feel that Todd played a great role in that, because when he told the guys, "Are you ready?" then they responded to him.
Let's roll.
He said, "Okay, let's roll."
And it's just a war zone. Just looks like a war zone.
Way of life.
I've been in war zones. This looks like an IED explosion.
Yeah.
Deadly terrorist acts. The victims were moms and dads friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were
And then
suddenly
Bush,
ended
what
by
you had to say
evil,
today was terrible.
despicable acts.
George W. Bush ruined any chance of his legacy today. I hate to take the focus off of this, but I'm hearing him speak, and I heard him speak today. George W. Bush, shame on you. Shame on you.
Acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings.
And thanks for lying to us about weapons of mass destruction, too.
Yeah.
You made us look like assholes.
Fires
Damn,
burning,
Bush.
huge structures collapsing.
And then the
He
North
just wanted
Tower.
to finish what his daddy started back in the
Terrible
90s.
sadness.
So
And a
So
quiet
when the North Tower came down, so we made it onto the ferry. Okay, we were the last ones to get on that ferry, and we were all covered with that gook. Oh, and people are screaming on the ferry to open the windows. They're calling for doctors, and this stuff is starting to really, clump up on you. And it was like this chemical paste all over your body. And you can't see. Now the boats. There was about like 7 boats in that harbor, and they're all communicating with their foghorns to get out of there. Because you can't see
because of the smoke,
all the
yeah.
debris. You can't see anything, and it was amazing that they're. So we get about halfway to Staten Island, and Jeff and I were on the ass end of that boat, and we're
unyielding
watching,
anger.
and then we see this.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten
North
our
Tower
nation
coming
into
down, it's
chaos
crazy.
and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
So
These acts shatter
Ed
steel,
Reynolds writes,
but they
my
cannot
mother
melt
worked
the steel of American
with, and
resolve.
it's friends with
America
Jeremy's
was targeted
mother.
for attack because
We're
the
friends with a
brightest beacon
family
for
of
freedom and
a
opportunity
window
in the
washer
world.
from the WTC. It
And
was,
no one
as far
will
as
keep
we
that
know,
light
just
from shining.
disappeared when the first plane hit.
Today, our
Okay.
nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature.
Damn.
And we responded with the best of America.
Unreal.
With the daring
Couldn't
of our
believe they
rescue
came down.
workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood.
I mean, after
and
that
help
smoke
in
cleared,
any way.
just seeing nothing but clear, just sky past it, was just
Protect
so
our
bizarre.
citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law.
Another thing about Bush today. He called out people from the January 6th Capitol riots. Okay? You know who he did not call out today? The people who did this 20 years ago.
The Taliban and Al-Qaeda.
And Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Bush.
Law enforcement communities.
He's
to
the one who
find
even
those
said it
responsible.
back then, too. He's like, it's Al-Qaeda.
I can't even do it.
Like, he doesn't even pronounce terror right. He just says terror.
And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of them.
Yeah, you had my support back then, sir. You really did. And my votes.
Yeah.
Okay, just not now.
His second term kind of
None of us
hurt
will
him a
ever
little
forget
bit,
this day.
too. So,
Yet we go forward to defend freedom and all that is good and just in our world.
Chris Early checking
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah, bad day,
Good
right?
night.
It was. That it was.
And God bless America.
Unreal. But there it is. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Craziness, huh?
it's, yeah.
All right, let's call it. Now I'm all depressed.
I am, but I also, as a side note, and I totally forgot, this also happened in 2012. September 2012
Yeah.
was Benghazi.
Benghazi, yeah, 9
so
years ago.
also want to send prayers and thoughts to those families of those soldiers
And I got that one.
Americans that.
And remember
Yeah.
when, what's it called? They tried to say it was, what's it called? It was because of a YouTube video.
Yeah.
What the? Like, Susan Rice was trying to blame what happened in Benghazi on a YouTube video. Friggin', where is it? I'm not very prepared here today.
You're good. But yeah, I totally forgot that about that in 2012. and people were posting about it because here we are talking about September 11 that some of us almost forgot about Benghazi in 2012
on September 11th.
On September 11th, a year, yeah.
On the internet, it had nothing to do with the United States government.
Yeah, she blamed. Okay, the Obama administration blamed what happened in Benghazi on a goddamn YouTube video. Liars. They are all liars. These politicians are all liars. These establishment politicians are liars. Enough with electing them. God damn. Speaking of which, you want to see all of them?
2022 cannot come quick enough. I'm saying right now. You know.
Here was today. Here was today over there. There they all are. This is who was in New York at the New York ceremony. Unreal. You got Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Joe Pitts, the Dr. Jill Pitts. She's a doctor of education, by the way. And Mike Bloomberg. The whole bit. Let me see if I got other pictures of them. Hold on. I got more pics here. Let me see. No, there's a better one. There's a better one. There's Pelosi, and I don't even know who this is, but this is these.
I think that's Bloomberg's wife, that tall one.
Unbelievable.
I'm sure she wears the pants in the family.
Bloomberg's wife. And then, what is this about? I couldn't find any video. What the hell is he shouting at?
Where's my glasses?
I don't know, but like he's obviously shouting something. Okay, and I'm trying to find the video. I spent an hour looking for a video of this. I want to know what the hell is he yelling? Biden, that is.
So the last couple of days, there's been videos surfacing of hecklers towards Biden, yelling at him. My thought maybe is someone yelling something to him and him yelling back, "We're here to honor, shut up," or something like that. That's my guess.
Here, well, Mikey Glaze says, "Where's my ice cream?" is what he's shouting.
Yeah.
That could be true. That could be true. Because I was promised ice cream. He could be shouting that.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me this one, though. Did she say she was 9 or 11?
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. That's not.
Wow.
Oh, that's terrible. But I don't understand. But
really?
And then the left, this is some of their tweets. Former President Trump absent from 20th anniversary 9/11 ceremony in his own city. You know why? Because he was hanging out with the firefighters and the police officers of New York City.
Just far away. Yeah, just not too far.
Right. He was hanging out with the first responders.
Yes.
Right. You know why? Because that's who they wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at this.
That's awesome.
Look at him go. Good for you, sir. Yep.
Look at all those happy faces.
Look at all these white supremacists. Okay. Look at all of these white supremacists.
Yeah, look at them. Oh, my God.
What the hell's wrong with you people? Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
You know, here, what else do I got on this?
That whole photo of of Biden and all them, it looked like they were the what's that cartoon is the villains all gathering at the Doom or something like that. That's what it reminded me of.
Which one's this? Oh, this is Trump speaking. Look at him, like hanging out.
I love it, yeah.
They're wearing MAGA hats.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's nice about this? You notice something? No masks.
Yeah, while everyone's getting their picture taken at the 9/11 ceremony covered up, these guys are like, screw this.
Yeah.
We're just living our lives.
Remember where they say we're not supposed to live in fear?
Flee Afghanistan. You know, that's why I'm saying, what timing, what horrible timing, the 20th anniversary. And I watched the speeches, and not one person spoke about the fact that 3 days ago, we fled Afghanistan, and we left Americans behind, and others too. And we left $85 billion worth of the best equipment ever made.
Yeah, well, what a great way to exit.
And that's what they wanted. Never asked that question.
What's wrong with the country?
Oh.
It's truly an honor to.
Thank you, my honor.
I speak.
Hey, look, a guy that actually takes real questions.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in a while.
Hold on, I'm going to walk this way.
Oh, boy.
We'll circle back around.
You know, my family. I got a question for you.
Yes.
If, elected again, which, we we strongly hope that you are. Would you strongly consider having days of recognition for the outstanding service of the men and women police departments around the country? I would hope that I speak on behalf of the departments in the entire country. If you would strongly consider having more recognition for the outstanding achievements,
that'd be awesome.
And accomplishments.
How do we not have that?
I'm shocked that we don't have that.
Do we not have a first responder day?
I don't think we do.
Alexa, when is National First Responders Day?
Here's something I found on the web. According to OLA.org, May 1st in each year is proclaimed as First Responders Day.
Proclaimed, so it's
proclaimed.
not. It's
not a national.
It's, right.
But
wow.
it's just
just like it's National Strawberry Shortcake Day. You know what I mean? It's
ridiculous.
Really, we don't have on the calendar the official federal holiday for first responders, but we got
question.
We got months for.
Question before, and it should be
the first time for everything.
This is the first time. And no, think of it. That's a great question.
That is a
I've
great
answered
question.
every question from her.
My mom goes, my Alexa answered too.
He's about to rip Biden because he's about to say, I'm answering questions.
I guess my question, not to rule in.
No, I don't think he is.
They deserve it.
Remember, there's two types of considers in this world. There's consider and there's strongly consider. So I'm respectfully asking you to strongly consider.
You have a deal. And isn't it amazing that nobody's...
A brain that works is right there.
Mm-hmm.
When I say question...
80 million votes, my ass.
Nobody's ever brought that up.
No way.
And when I see what they do, and
40 million of those might have been dead.
Kathy Lewis Coniglio, what's going on, Kathy? How you doing? Thank you for sharing your story, Joe. Let me tell you,
Millions
Kathy.
of dollars for the victims. You remember
You
the
rock.
signing I
You know
had
that.
with the police department, the fire department, and many others. That was on my watch. I saw they were talking about it today, but they had nothing to do with it. I had.
Yeah, oh yeah, Trump signed the billions to go towards the first responders that had the respiratory issues and the cancers from all that crap.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was Trump.
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody mentioned it. I have to mention it myself, but we had some of the. I think one or two of the people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you. It's a rare question that I haven't heard before, and that's one that I should have been hearing a lot.
Thank you so much.
Great question. Yes, please.
No question, Mr. President. Just want to say thank you for coming down here. We all appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it too. I appreciate you.
Wow.
You don't get enough credit.
That's a president.
You know, the crime
That's
in
a
New York
president.
killed him.
Right.
If any American soldier, any American is killed, you're going to be hit harder than any country has ever. They did. We hit them with the planes. They did
he was talking about
if they'd let you, but they don't want to do it.
his exit strategy out
it's
of
a disaster.
Afghanistan.
If they would let you do your job with guys like this, if they would let you do your job, you would have it cleaned up. And don't nod because if you.
Oh, he's talking about the crime in New York.
Before, we've never had anything like this happen. It looked like we retreated. It looked like we. Good luck, go to town. Incredible with. You wouldn't have crime in New York. You wouldn't have crime in New York. So, I just want to thank you very much. You are incredible people. I want to thank you for that endorsement. That endorsement meant so much. Now, in all fairness, I don't think any police department anywhere endorsed the other guy. I think I get 90.
Yeah, he got most of the cops.
Yeah.
I think close to 100%. There are a couple of strays everywhere. We're trying to figure out who they are, right? But we got the military. We did great with the military. We did incredible with police and fire. So I just want to thank you all. Yes, please.
One more question, Mr. President. If you decide not to run for president, if you decide not to, would you consider running for mayor of New York City?
Well, that's an interesting.
Could you imagine?
That would be awesome.
I would love that. I tell you, we could straighten out. Say, fellas, good luck. Go to town.
Last time New York was a success was Rudy Giuliani as the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay, America's mayor. How soon have you forgotten that?
I also want to give credit to Ron DeSantis down in Florida,
DeSantis is
allowing former law enforcement officers who were getting just beat up in New York to come down to Florida and work.
Oh, yeah?
Just great.
Yeah.
It is great.
What DeSantis is doing with this monoclonal antibody treatments sites that he's setting up all over his Florida.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's genius.
A 20% drop in hospitalizations with COVID in
It's
the last
amazing.
14 days.
Yes.
And now we have them in Tennessee, too, by the way.
And, yeah.
So if you get
thank
sick.
you, Bill Lee.
If you get sick, monoclonal antibody treatments, look into it. If you get sick, it's not a prevention. But it's what Trump took. It's what Joe Rogan took.
Yeah.
Okay? Here's friggin' Bush.
Look for alternates. That's all I say.
Here's Bush speaking today.
Oh, great.
The security measures incorporated into our lives are both sources of comfort and reminders of our vulnerability. And we have seen growing evidence that the dangers to our country can come not only across borders, but from violence that gathers within. There is little cultural overlap between violent extremists abroad and violent extremists at home.
I hope he's talking about the BLM riots.
But in their disdain for pluralism, in their disregard for human life, in their determination to defile national symbols.
Like the Capitol?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about January 6th.
6th, yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you, sir?
They are children of the same foul spirit.
And notice how he used a word that Hillary Clinton used a lot, deplorables.
Did he?
Yeah, go back. He used...
Well, no.
They are children of the
Go
same
back a little bit.
But in their disdain for pluralism, in their disregard for human life,
Deplorism.
in their determination to defile
That's what it sounded like
national
he said was deploralism.
Here, listen to
They
this.
are children of the same foul spirit, and it is our continuing duty to confront them.
You asshole. The Trump supporters are the same people that voted for you twice and got you elected.
Yeah.
You asshole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Michael says it best. Bush is a rhino. And
oh, Republican in name only. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the sad part. You got too many of those. That's why I
He's
can never
part of
trust my party.
The
at all.
establishment.
Yeah.
It's that's why Trump has changed that party, because he's not part of the establishment. You know, he was more of a populist. He is a populist.
Mm-hmm.
America first, not this globalist idealism that the establishment has.
Yeah, there's too many rhinos within the GOP, and I find it hard to even
scapegoat
put
each
more
other,
trust
try
in
to
them.
undermine each other.
And then
go after.
Hillary brings up the January 6th and how 9/11
We've got
is nothing. Watch.
Yeah, we've got another gathering at the scapegoat each other, try to undermine each other, go after our institutions, our voting system. Then we are putting ourselves at great risk, and that's what keeps me up at night these days.
Oh,
not the blood of children.
Right. Unbelievable. But then check this out. I couldn't believe I saw this.
Just can't.
So New York Times.
Wow.
How September 11th gave us January 6th. Do you see the bullshit here?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me, man? This is...
It's sickening.
Why? Don't let these people get away with politicizing this day like this. Yeah, here's the guy's article. Ever since insurrectionists invaded the Capitol, first of all, no one was charged with insurrection, okay? We've heard that January 6th closed a chapter in American history. No longer should America's most threatening enemies be understood as foreign. You mean, what about all of the BLM riots? The billions and billions of dollars of damage.
Antifa.
And all the deaths. Do you know who died during the Capitol riots? One person who was shot by the D.C. police.
And was a ranger.
Unbelievable. What else do I got on this? So this was interesting.
Oh,
this is a notification I got from the iPhone. Apple News today. In conversation. How the 9/11 attacks ushered in an era of fear and mistrust in the U.S. and set the stage for the January 6th insurrection.
It's sickening, Joe.
That's a news feed from the phone.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Don't do it. Media sucks. It's all bullshit.
2001 was probably the last time we actually all got along with each other.
Yeah,
because of this.
They couldn't have that though.
But they couldn't have that.
They couldn't have that because it was they couldn't control the narrative at that point.
Yeah.
Also, check this one out.
Oh, I remember the Madrid bombing. Yes.
All right. Exactly 911 days after 9/11 attacks was another event. Okay? The Madrid train bombing that killed 191 people.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
Very.
It's crazy. That is craziness. Yeah, I forgot about the Madrid bombing. That's
Oh, yeah.
What I got here? Oh, see the Giza pyramids?
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? And there's the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And look, Orion's belt. Oh.
Are you trying to do some kind of like Illuminati thing here, Joe?
No, I just saw that. I was like, oh, what a coincidence.
Oh.
This was a coincidence, though. This one right here. This is the guy from FEMA.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And why was FEMA sent Monday for the search and rescue mission of September 11th?
Yeah.
When the events happened on Tuesday. Have you seen this?
I don't think I have, Joe.
Check this out. I know. It's weird.
I don't think I remember this.
I know. Cue the X-File theme. I know, Mikey Glaze.
Joining us now is Pete Bicarsi, a rescue worker with the National Urban Search and Rescue. It's part of FEMA, the Federal Disaster Relief Agency. He's from Denver, but he's among those digging deep here in New York City. We also have Tom Kennedy from the Urban Search. People alive in that rubble.
No, we believe there is. Experiences in this country and other countries have shown that people can last for days and possibly even weeks under this type of situation. So all the efforts now are still focused as a rescue operation.
And looking at it, based on your experience, is this likely to take a month, 2 months, longer? What's your own personal estimate?
To be honest with you, we arrived on late Monday night and went into action on Tuesday morning. And not until today.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Why did you show up Monday night but not do anything till Tuesday morning?
No, well, the attacks happened Tuesday morning. Okay?
But why were
Tuesday, September 11, 2001.
So they were there the Monday
FEMA
before.
Urban Search and Rescue Team was there Monday night.
Before.
Right.
Hold on.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's sketchy.
It's weird. I'm not endorsing any type of theory here.
No.
I'm just saying that's a little weird.
Focused as a rescue operation.
Did it take a month, 2 months, longer? What's your own personal estimate?
To be honest with you, we arrived on late Monday night and went into action on Tuesday morning.
Okay? That's what I'm saying.
It's
just awkwardly weird.
It's odd
And not until today did we get a full opportunity to work the entire site other than to spot a church and day
This
to
is the
which we were
same
deployed.
crew that
Normal
went
task
to New
force,
Orleans for
members are
Katrina.
deployed for 2
FEMA,
weeks.
yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Man, Timothy and Johnson checking in. It took 20 years.
Yeah.
What's going on? I know, Kathy, right? Isn't that weird? It's just weird. I'm not saying anything, but oh boy, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
That FEMA was there Monday night when the attacks happened Tuesday morning.
Too many
What
questions.
a coincidence.
Too many questions.
Hey, I'm glad they were down there ready to rock and roll, huh?
Yeah.
Unreal. What else do I got? Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, yeah, by the way, you know how Taliban was going to do their ceremony on 9/11?
Yeah.
They changed the command. They canceled it. They postponed it. You know why? Russia told them to. Russia said, hey, don't do it. Don't do it on 9/11.
Wow.
They're going to do it now, September 20th, when the Taliban does their official swearing-in ceremonies. So, they listen to Russia.
They listen to Putin.
Yeah. What else do I got here? What is this one? Oh, this was a mistake. I shouldn't have had this one. This was I was supposed to post this tomorrow. But sorry, it got in there. But yeah, McDonald's customer vows to go vegan after finding a pig nipple and bacon.
We're looking at we're looking at Joe Biden's brain right now.
That is gross.
Just deteriorating before our very eyes.
My mom goes, he probably meant Tuesday nights. We were all shook up. Yeah, no, I hear you, Mom. It's just weird
that he said that.
That he's saying, yeah, we got here Monday night and first thing Tuesday morning. Because, yeah, maybe he got the days mixed up. Right.
Either that or maybe he meant that we returned to New York. Because does anybody know where FEMA's headquarters are or where most of them work?
Follow at Joe Padula if you want to see some stuff that maybe we can't go over on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. Here's some things that were happening around the world today. There are protests of these mandates around the world. Look at France. Look at France.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, there's France. France has had it with mandates, masks, vax, the whole bit. America, this is a prelude to what our streets are going to look like if this actually goes into a forced mandate, vax and max. Here's Montreal. Look at Montreal. They're fed up too with it. Unbelievable. Yeah, some more in France. Even in, where was this one? Oh, this is in Turkey. Even in Istanbul.
I feel like we were watching a lot of these before, like all these protests for all these masks and these protocols for staying in and all this stuff.
Look at all of these people. They're like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Oh, check this out. Listen, again. It's all an act. It's all an act. It's all for show. Don't let these people talk to you about health stuff. Let me show you this. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. Hold on, let me start this over. Watch this. Okay, so here's this lady. Okay, in Canada. They're about to go live here. Okay, she puts on the mask. All right. Okay, do you see? like this lady is sitting right next to her, but they have it so it looks like she's in a different area.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see, right?
I think she meant the camera. She's like, I don't think I turned the cameras off.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like. I might not have turned them off.
Yep. She realizes that she didn't turn the cameras off. And the two of them, who are obviously sitting right next to each other,
yeah,
not wearing masks, and so they go, "Oh, I got to put the masks on because the cameras are still on. Hopefully, nobody saw this or captured it and posted it to Twitter."
I may not have turned them off.
Wow.
All right, welcome to today's press conference. Bienvenue à la conférence de presse d'aujourd'hui. We will now hear.
And then acts like, okay, now I'm safe. Now, everything's rolling. I can take it off. Right.
From the Deputy Prime Minister.
The Deputy Prime Minister.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
It's all for show. This is all for show.
So funny.
Okay? Telling you. What else do I got on Twitter? Oh, I thought this was cool. Over in England today, jolly old England, hello.
Hello.
So, the Queen, they were doing a ceremony, and the Queen asked the band to play the national anthem for 9/11 today. The British band. I thought they did a great job, too. How cool is that? 20 years ago, the Queen asked the guard at the palace to play the anthem as a mark of solidarity with our country. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's more in France. Look at that. They're done.
Yeah.
They're like, F you. I've been driving around town and I'm like, F you. Oh.
Yeah, go follow Joe on Twitter. You can see all of these.
Yeah.
There, I'll promote you, Joe.
At Joe Padula. Like, look at this one, too. So Biden puts his big mask mandate, vax mandate.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw you post this, that
Members
Congress
of Congress and staff are exempt from Biden's vaccine mandate, according to Newsweek. Wow. I read the article. Dude, U.S. postal workers, okay? Like, it doesn't make sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense. It's just a power grab. It's just a distraction from the terrible withdrawal from Afghanistan and the border crisis and the inflation crisis and the freaking prices crisis, the gas prices, all these crises. All because of this guy.
And don't let all this blindside you from everything that's going on with recounts and lawsuits coming up. It's
California has the recall.
Yeah.
Next week, next Tuesday.
I was telling you about Pennsylvania just came up with some issues, and they're like, we're going to go back into it.
Arizona has they're going to be making their results finalized here soon.
Yeah.
With what's going on over there. And Ed Reynolds checking in. I think they do that every year. They did it in 2001. Yeah, I think they keep that tradition. That's true, Ed.
Yeah.
All right, let's get off of Twitter. I could do this all day on
I know
Twitter.
you can, Joe.
It's like this right here. Oh, my God. Did you see the media? So the L.A. Times.
Oh, yeah, I saw you post this, too, yeah.
How the media distorts it. Here's what actually happened with the white racist girl in the gorilla mask throwing an egg at a black man named Larry Elder, who's running for governor of California.
Yes.
So L.A. Times, who 2 weeks ago called Larry Elder the white black supremacist, had the story like this. LAPD is investigating altercation involving Larry Elder at Venice homeless encampment. See the picture they used? Something had nothing to even do with it.
No.
As if he's slapping her.
It looks like she's like leaning into it so he can rub her face.
But oh my God, this picture that the LA Times used has nothing to do with anything that happened there.
I hope he gains so many votes there.
It's gonna be tough. They're so delusional.
I know.
They're so delusional.
No. One can hope, though.
I hear you. Larry, I'm rooting for you. If you're in California, vote yes, recall, and then type in Larry Elder's name.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, my God, this clip. So Biden was also in Jersey and New York looking at some of the damage from Ida.
Yeah.
None of them were shouting.
And he got asked about the people that were shouting at him, saying F Biden, tyrant Biden, right? Look at this.
None of them were shouting or complaining. Every one of them were thanking me as if it was something special. I mean it sincerely, that I was here.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Ruins and leave Americans behind. Shit. Leave
Yep.
Americans behind.
Oh, yeah. They sound real supporting. Oh,
yeah.
Here's my stupid stray cat. Okay. Let's move forward. My bougie stray cat who only eats the Rachel Ray cat food. Unbelievable. All right. Oh, should we go into these concentration camps in the COVID concentration camps in Australia?
Oh, my God, no.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's real.
Every time I see stuff like this, I just get more and more irritated about it.
Okay. All right. Oh, my God. California moves to outlaw stealthing or removing condoms.
I will say this. Side note, my mom sent me a link for a store called Tactical USA. They sell tactical stuff, obviously.
Okay.
One of them was stun gun. Obviously, her and my dad live up in Illinois. They're in the outside of Chicago, but problems can, pour out in the suburbs.
How about a real gun?
They have their cards, but she said right now, stun guns, Tactical USA is giving away 500 free stun guns to Americans who need easy and effective protection. But look at this. Not available in these states. New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Wisconsin, Hawaii, Michigan, and Illinois.
All blue states.
All blue states.
All right.
All blue. Technically, Wisconsin
is purple, but yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was funny.
It's all right. 2022.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sexy Glexy, thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right,
it's great. It's great to remember and feel bad. My mom and I were just saying that we feel sad hearing your story of you actually being there.
It's a somber day, but
happy that you made it. And your friends. And
I encourage everyone to tell their story and remember where they were. I mean, it may be different than mine, but mine is no better or no less than yours.
Right.
It is the memory that is going to keep that feeling that you had on 9/11 from ever happening again.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We fell asleep. So many other factors involved, too, and we'll get into that one.
Memories.
Especially why FEMA was there the night before.
I know. But memories of both 9/11, 2001, and then Benghazi in 2012. For sure, I want to remember both of those.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because we lost Americans, both of those, and that's tragic. No, one American life is already one too many. You know what I mean?
But on 9/11, just remember where you were. Tell that story, because there's 3,000 people and more now that can't tell that story because they never had the chance. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the like. Keep the comments coming. We'll get to them in a little bit while I'm home and relaxing and chilling. And, hey, share the video. Plus, if you want to become a monthly subscriber, just go on the Joe Padula Show Facebook page. Spin to the top is how you can do it. You'll be getting merchandise. You'll be getting extra videos. You'll be getting, I think, some trivia stuff is going to be something special. So, yeah, become a monthly subscriber via Facebook. Hey, thanks for enabling us to have a conversation here on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.